Hey traders, good afternoon. Edison here at the Edison Trading Collective, coming at you at happy hour, almost 5 o'clock Central Time on Thursday, April 7th, 2022. The day is in the books for me. Can't say it was a great day. In fact, I'm not terribly happy with just about any of my decisions other than maybe the first entry of this trade, but beyond that, I managed it pretty poorly, I think. Despite the fact that I'm up $607 on the day. I really shouldn't be. Market was kind of choppy today, and I think that contributed a little bit um, to how things shook out today. I made some poor decisions around not taking the stop where I should have. Again, ultimately worked into my favor. However, that really is hardly the point. It's a bad habit to get yourself into making consistently those kinds of decisions. So anyway, so I decided I would make a Manhattan and hop on and talk to you all about the trade and some of the things I was thinking about as I didn't make the right decisions, and I'm sure they played a little bit into it. Really, I was just kind of frozen today, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Excuse me. So, all right, let's get into it. Primary candidates today were Tesla and Amazon. I really liked both Tesla short for a hold under 1066 and Amazon short up against 3200. And both trades about worked out almost, well, in the end, resolved almost exactly where I thought they would. I called a bottom of, um, I think, about 1025 on Tesla, and I thought we could definitely see 3100 on Amazon, and I think both of those came true. So just about to not to the dollar exactly, but certainly it played out the way I thought it might. So that's good to learn, I guess. Good to see that the market is beginning to respect levels a little bit. It's becoming a little bit more clear each morning what is probable to happen. So that's good. Uh, Again, short bias on both, and I don't generally love trading Amazon right now. The liquidity in the options are really light on most days, and they are spready as all get out as a result. And of course, Amazon as an underlying instrument's also super spready. Volume's not terribly high, certainly not to the levels of like a Tesla. And so if you get on the wrong side of that, you can get chewed up for $1,000, on a contract just for simply having to bail out on the wrong side of the trade, just to mark it out of something or whatever. And so that's kind of risky. So, I do like trading Amazon. I'm really excited to see what happens after the split. I think a lot more liquidity is going to come into this. Amazon was a name that I traded all the time, way before COVID and things, and before it ran up to 3,000 when it was trading like around 1,000 or 800 or something like that. So, um, looking forward to see what that split does. Hopefully, I can get another couple of names on board that I feel comfortable trading. So, all right, let's get into it. Short bias on Tesla today, and that's what I was aiming to do. Tesla and the SPY rip out of the gates. It sells off here, and I get short right there on the 832 candle as it breaks the opening candle, and I was looking for a flush down to my first target was 1053, and then I was going to look for 1040 and then 1025. So it sort of pops up against me and it goes to make a new high, and I should have bailed here. I didn't. I hesitated, and then it rips up into this 1061 level, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. Don't fret. We want to stay underneath that 1066 level, and it did. Look at this. I mean, that's what 1065 right here, and it just couldn't get through there. And I said, okay, well, it's respecting it. So as it starts to sell off, I actually add. I added here, and then I added there, and I added there, thinking my timing was just off. This was a fake out breakout, and we were going to roll over, and I was going to hunt new lows, and I was actually feeling really good about it. Well, then it rips against me, back up here on this candle at 851 with a high of 1061, and it goes up and it tests 1065 again. And I said, okay, and this throws in this candle here, a little upper wick there. I'm like, all right, it's going to kind of roll back over, and one of these times it's just going to simply roll back over, and we're going to catch our winner. Well, and then it busted through 1065, and I should have bailed there, and I didn't. I sort of froze, and then the thing just ran away against me. And I thought, all right, well, there is another level above there. Maybe we just sort of see what happens when it hits up against this 1072, 1073 level ish. Well, it goes up and it crushes, makes a new high, and then throws in this big upper wick and sells off. I'm like, okay, I didn't add anything more. At this point in the trade, ladies and gentlemen, I was not happy with myself. I was not happy with not stopping over 1065. I, it made sense here. It made sense on these ads, but when it comes back up and tests it again, clearly it doesn't want to go lower at that point in the day. And I should have stopped out probably like on this candle right here, right? On this 855 candle. I didn't. Again, mistake. Not a great decision. So comes back down. I'm like, okay, I'm still holding. Starts to go back up. I'm thinking, all right, well, if it goes back over, 1075 or thinks it's going to make a new high, I just have to get out of this thing. I'm going to get crushed by it. But you know what, Edison? It's your own fault. You put yourself in this position. Well, it sells off again. Okay, well, maybe this is the time that we start to roll over. Goes back up, makes a lower high. So lower high, lower high, lower high. You're starting to see the pattern forming, right? Now we're kind of starting to come up against a cloud, and it flushes through the cloud. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, now I'm onto something. Now I can start to hunt 1040, 1025, etc. And it pops back up against me, and I end up selling out through through this flush right here for $607 on 9 contracts. Uh, Horrible trade. Actually, decent entry, a good trade idea, I think, and all the levels sort of proved that it could have got there. I mean, clearly it did, but I should have lost thousands of dollars today. Really, from which is a horrible short term uh, horrible short term thing to happen, but in the long run, you have to take the stops. And I didn't, and that's bad. And I just sort of got lucky, I guess. Fortunate, lucky. The fact that I recognized it could make higher highs. Sure, maybe some more advanced thought that kind of kept me in this trade and things like that. But at the end of the day, it was just a horrible trade. So it is what it is. I'm going to move on. I'm green every day this month thus far, having a good month, on track to put together a really solid month. And I've been on big winners. There has been trends as of late, albeit this one is junk. A trend that happens at almost 10 o'clock Central Time is not a trend. That's just garbage. The trend should start forming here, in my opinion. But anyway, that's that. So up about 3,500 on the week. Have had a couple good days this week, and didn't trade Monday, but I was stuck in a snowstorm trying to drive back to my trade desk from the cabin. But anyway, um, yeah, three green days this week thus far. Looking to put together a pretty decent week for me. And maybe we were going to approach 5K, and if I can make 5K every week this week or this month rather, and put together 20K April, I'll be happy, right? I'm still trading with really small size. I'm really not letting things run because I don't trust this market quite yet, but it's starting to change. I'm starting to get there on that. So it is what it is. Poor execution, decent result, I guess, is really at the end of the day the only way to put it. So hope you all have had a fantastic Thursday, are putting together a solid green week, and are looking forward to crushing it tomorrow morning with us here at the Edison Trading Collective. It is 5 o'clock somewhere. I will raise my Manhattan to you all and bid you guys a great evening. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll talk to you in a bit. Be well.